Hey guys, what's goody? My name is Beauty Taj. It's been a minute on here, but this is a video about you knowing how to identify yourself. So let's get right into this video. How do you know yourself? How do you identify yourself? When you wake up in the morning or when you look at yourself in the mirror, how do you know that this is my identity? When I wake up in the morning, you know what, let's scrap that. You know what, be it in fashion, be it in your social life, in your academics, your career, your purpose, any sort, it is not actually easy for you to identify yourself if you're not in any position to actually identify yourself. So how do you know, or how can you identify yourself? You can tell yourself, oh, I'm not like that kind of person, I'm not the kind of person to do this, I'm not the kind of person to do that. But how would you know? Side eye. You're only talking out of speculation. You're only talking based on how you see things or how you feel, but that doesn't mean that's not your identity. How do you now identify yourself? This is what has worked for me, and I feel like, well, it should actually work for you. And if it doesn't, oh well. But like as by your own jokes. Consciously, subconsciously, I've actually been in positions that helped me identify myself better. The first step is actually getting to identify yourself. That one alone makes your mind prepared for what it is to come. It opens your mind. It helps you with the realization process of identifying yourself. I used to be this kind of person. I'm always careful. I normally don't do things that would literally jeopardize me. Like anything that will put me on a spot, I don't do it. Because I feel like, oh, it might not be my identification. But what if I need to go through that stage actually? No. What I identify as, do you know when like things just sit down in you and you just never fully know how to execute the fact that, oh, this thing is actually you. But you're always looking for situations to actually compromise that. Actually identifying myself, because like if I was not put in situations that helped me realize that, oh, okay, I think I want to do this, I would never have even thought about that. Okay, I've avoided the fact that, oh, I used to really like YouTube. I avoided it because whenever I watch YouTube videos, I just feel this sense of guilt that that could be you, you know, that could be you. But imagine I didn't avoid watching YouTube videos, I wouldn't like realize as much that, oh, I really want to do YouTube so much. Two is to properly plan yourself and be with the right mindset. This one can be a little tricky, right? Because like your mindset can be based on the level of things you know, right? If you've not stepped out your comfort zone, how do you know things? Like if you've not like done other things that, or if you don't know other things that are not just your own thought, how would you identify yourself? How would you know about that? Okay, because you are constantly in an enclosed space of your own mindset. And let me tell you something, when you're in your own space, your own mindset, and you're not like mixing with other people, you're not talking to other people, you can never really know how to identify yourself. Whenever I talk to people and actually tell them things that they should actually know, I feel fulfilled, and I'm like, wow, I do these things like in the same space and I always get the same feeling. Constantly kept myself in the same situation for me to identify that, okay, I think I like talking.
Side eye. Side eye.
Oh my god. I think everything it is that I want to do deal with talking, right? Because I feel better. It should be about myself anyway, because I'm trying to know myself. I'm trying to identify myself. Changing words with different mindsets and actually just knowing that, okay, I think I actually want to do this. Okay, even if I didn't have the confidence to do that before, the fact that I've actually done it so many times, especially with people, I'm like, okay, I think I actually identify as this, even if I was not sure before. That one itself would literally give you a boost. That it will only give you a boost, but that doesn't mean it's actually going to help you really identify yourself unless you put in the work. Okay, the third thing is constant engagement, right? I've engaged in a lot of things. Hey, Gini, gimme. Oh my god, I've engaged in a lot of things for me to be able to know that, okay, I think I know what is for me. I think I know what it isn't for me, you know. I think I can identify myself with this particular thing. I've done like a lot of things and I know what it is that I like. And whenever I know what it is that I like, I know what it is that I identify as, okay. And everything it is that I actually engage in, everything it is that I actually really like, everything it is that I constantly find myself in, always deal with talking. I came to realization that, you know what, I think I actually identify as this person in this particular area. The stages of these things make you awesome. The stages of these things make you more fulfilled. The stages of these things make you more present. Hey, Kweme. If you're not genuinely interested in your own identification, I'm sorry, I don't think you can make any progress in every steps that I'm about to say or that I've already said. Because you need to be more intentional about yourself. You need to know, okay, this is the thing and this is the realization I'm trying to make for myself. I want to know myself based on this, I want to know myself based on that. Okay, so basically the thought of identification helps you identify yourself better. It makes you know, okay, this is what I'm into, this is what I'm not into, this is what I would like to do. Nah, I'm not interested. This is what I'm doing, this is what I'm not doing. It just helps you make your own choices based on intentionality. It makes you not move anyhow. Like honestly, when you start to identify yourself, you start to feel good, you start to lay boundaries, you start to set boundaries, you start to feel good, especially. You start to become a new person. You know, your mindset is changing, you're attracting good things. This all starts from the identification of yourself. Okay, for example now, um I've always wanted to talk, I've always wanted to do YouTube, right? But I've never really kept myself in situations that actually made my speech better. Like it was just something I knew I wanted to do, right? But like I was never in a constant position to actually prove that to myself that okay, this is what I'm going to identify as, or this is what my identity is. Okay. I started talking to a lot of people, and I've also noticed that whenever I talk to people, they always gain things from me, or and I always feel good because at the end of the day it's about me. And that only happened when I kept myself in different uncomfortable situations. So yeah, uncomfortable situations helps you realize who you are and helps you fasten the realization process. Because like you know what, you can just decipher. Another step is your orders. Okay, no matter how much things you engage in, if you set yourself to actually identify yourself, regardless of what it is you do, regardless of how it is you try to cover the fact that you really want to get to know yourself or you really want to identify as this, it will always come back. Okay, if you try to do something else to actually bypass what it is you're actually meant to do, or if you actually do something else, or if you're in a constant situation that is meant to bypass who you truly are, I'm sorry, it's going to keep coming back. Like if you take hints on that, you know that okay, in everything you do, you're still doing the same thing that you don't want to do in the first place. What if I'm not good enough? If I'm not making sense? If people will watch it like, girl, bye. Side eye. What if I'm actually not giving that aesthetic vibe? And that aesthetic is gonna problem. Okay? It's the aesthetic that's a problem, but let me tell you, girl, you yourself, you're already aesthetically pleasing. Anything that it is around you is just adding to it, but it's not minusing you from that. I actually said that. That's how it works. It actually depends on your mindset and the way you carry yourself and the way you actually talk. That's it. You don't really need to add anything to actually give you that aesthetic. You yourself, you're already aesthetically pleasing enough. Okay, so don't think about these things and just go for it. Rooting for you anyway. Putting yourself in constant situations that gives you that sense of purpose. Okay, talking to somebody could help, but somebody else cannot really help you identify yourself. Like they can only give you that boost you need, right? But like the identification you need, nah, I don't think it can come from anybody. It comes from within. No matter what, no matter how much good words they tell you, oh, you can do this. Oh, if you don't still feel like you can do something, you cannot identify yourself as the thing. That's how it works. Okay, it starts from here, then it starts from here, then it goes on to here. Am I making sense? No. If I'm not, click out. Jokes. Next step is always please pray to God. And regardless of what it is that I say, if you're truly and genuinely interested and intentional about your growth and about your self-identification, you don't want to identify as lag, but don't want to identify as somebody else, you need to actually ask God. Honestly, like It actually works, to be honest. Like, I don't know how much somebody else can say, oh, this and this. Nah, it actually really works. Coming from me, I know you'll be thinking, girl, what the fuck are you? The beauty taj, I mean. But like, yeah, everything it is that you want to bring it to realization should be based on you. So it could actually help with your own identification, not what it is you want to be as, but how you already are. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and please leave a comment. Like, I know it actually helps with the engagement, and it somehow tells you too that, oh, people like my video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. That is that. See you in my next one.